I started it. Welcome to Cameos. There's stuff in my eye, but you know what? I don't really care. I am Samson. With me, I have Just Rambling, and Fu Shmoney is here. O'Shaughnessy is currently outside Paramount Studios dressed as Big Cat. He's trying to get a part in the next Sonic movie. I don't know why he thought dressing as Big Cat would get him a role. It's not how that works. They CG all that, but we're rooting for him. You know, I'm
Whatever it takes to be a
embarrassed,
furry, man.
embarrassed, but I'm gonna stick beside him. Uh, so we're here. I'm gonna start us off with some food news because
Thank you, because I still
Subway.
don't have my stories ready.
I know you don't. You have nothing ready. It's okay though. It's you don't need it ready, man.
I
Uh,
appreciate it.
so Subway is actually sorry. Why is my light not on?
Look at you. You ain't even ready.
I forgot that light wasn't on. I sit in the dark. I'll go to work and sit in the
Don't
dark. I love it.
don't even got your glamour lighting on.
But yeah, so Subway is coming out with hot dogs. So in I think it's Canada. In Canada, Subway is going to be rolling out hot dogs. I'm assuming it's a foot long um, on the yoga mat bread that they got over there. So I haven't had Subway since like college because that $5 foot long was saving my life. You know, you go in there, get that little $5 meal with the yoga mat bread. It was killing me, but I was living. And then they started making the footlongs like smaller and smaller. You know, people go and measure it. It's not
Mhm.
even a foot. So I gave Subway up. But I think Fu might take a trip to Canada, try this this Subway hot dog. Uh, all right. So that was what do we got for the real?
Let me
Oh
try
wait,
to
sorry.
go back to
Also, sorry,
the
a
beginning
random
of my.
thing. Apparently, Grimace is a taste bud.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna mention next.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Which is lore I didn't need to know. Like
Yeah,
I don't know what I ever thought he really was. I thought he was just like some weird cavity creature. But yeah, this is
it's
a
weird.
lore drop, unexpected nor needed. So for
That's
those
the
who are always curious about the backstory and origins of Grimace, the McDonald's mascot, there you go.
you're today years old. You found out Grimace is a taste bud.
I feel like they just made that up on the spot.
It
I
could
would like to.
have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you looking at me for more stories? Because
No, yeah.
I'm just gonna just move along because I'm still not ready. Actually, you spoke about the hot dogs. Let's move into business news. Steam users were warned that hackers are using wallpaper engines to steal their accounts. So the way they would do this was quite effective because they use anime titties to do it. So there are various motion wallpapers that exist on Steam that if you download them, whenever you minimize all your other computer windows that might have various different things that we won't get into on this episode, um, you will see just various forms of. Can we say the H word in pertaining to anime content explicit?
I
Um,
don't know. I just say it. Hentai. I'll say it for you.
yeah, so pretty much they had a bunch of hentai wallpapers, and that just completely drew in, a bunch of horn dogs like moths to a flame. But whenever they installed these wallpapers, there was a back door in the program, and then they used that back door, but to get into all their shit and then take all their Steam information, and now a bunch of profiles were hijacked.
Yeah, you guys gotta stop gooning. I'm
I mean,
sorry.
you can still do it, just do it carefully, and stop doing it to risque, suggestively aged anime girls.
Oh, thanks for joining us, Muscles. I ain't seen you in a minute, man.
Hey, do we need the next story, or do you have an opinion?
No, I don't. I'm not a gooner, so I don't. I wasn't downloading these things in the first place, and I don't feel bad for them. You shouldn't have been getting this wallpaper. We can move on to the Steam machine though, because that's hilarious.
You jumping way too far ahead. I told you before the episode, we got to have a flow. You
This
messing
you
up the
just
flow. That's
you
what.
were just talking about Steam.
Yes, I am aware, but we're in business. Then we move on to video games.
Oh, is
It's
that
two
not
different.
a that's not a
No,
business thing? Oh,
that's
sorry.
part of the. You're messing up my flow.
All
This
right,
is
well,
why
what's
I need an additional 15 minutes before every episode to get my stories together and
I'm
have the
sorry.
flow. That's today's episode. Samsung ruins the flow. Um, in more business news, Keir Starmer is expected to. Oh, okay. He was the one who proposed the ban in the UK for VPNs, as
Mhm,
well as what else did he ban? Social media. So turns out
mhm.
in a recent development, he's likely going to resign because nobody over there likes him, and clearly he has terrible ideas that infringe upon democracy and free speech.
No, I
So
thought that's the prime minister, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he was resigning. I thought they were just getting rid of him. Like
I
they've been
think
trying to get rid of him the whole time.
you know what resign means in political and the business world. Like
No,
is
but in the UK, you can like get the person out of there while they're
yeah.
still in power. It's not like it is here.
Yeah, I know that, but like they prefer to resign because they feel like that has more
Oh,
dignity than everyone getting together and say, "Hey, you suck. Get your
okay.
shit
So
out there."
it's like you're saving face.
Exactly. It's the same thing they
Okay,
do with like
I
CEOs in the
got you.
business world.
All right, I got you. I got you.
Yeah. So it's like he's definitely getting kicked out, but he's doing it with quote unquote dignity. My only concern is that even though he's leaving, was he just the fall guy for the policy that everyone else wanted in terms of like that political party?
No,
Because
I think
I don't
sorry.
know.
There's a whole. I'm pretty sure food scene it too. There's a whole John Oliver segment where he talks about like. First of all, I love last week tonight or whatever his show's called, John Oliver
Yeah,
show.
he's awesome.
But he talks about like the political state of the UK, and like this
Hmm.
guy he ran on one thing, but then got in office and did everything else. So so I'm pretty sure it's not what the party wants. It's kind of like he was just doing it.
Oh, so he
I
went
think
against
he
the poll.
yeah, I think he ran as one thing and then did a bunch of other things, which is why the party wants him out. So
Gotcha.
it's not just the people, the party's also like, hey man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm skeptical because I've always seen these stories where, everyone claims that the idea was so terrible and they want to kick the guy out who brought about the idea, but low key, he was just the fall guy for some like sneaky ploy that everyone else either got paid off to do or actually secretly wants to happen.
Uh-huh.
And now as a result, there's crazy bans on stuff, there's reductions of free speech, et cetera, et cetera. So
Uh-huh.
we will see, but I'm
Yeah.
glad he's gone, and I hope nobody on this side of the Atlantic gets any ideas
I
because
will say our like political officials, they don't like government overreach or
since when
what they would consider overreach, like big government,
they
right?
banned porn in Virginia.
That's like religious.
Yeah,
That's
those
different.
are most of our
They don't
current
count that
officials.
they don't count that as overreach. Like
That,
it's
but
like a
that's
fine line.
it's not a fine line though. It's like it's what they can sell to the people
Hmm.
to gather to gain more power. And that's why, like, yes, I believe that we should protect the children. I think children are precious and they should be loved and nursed and
You believe
defended and
that
all those
children are the
wonderful things.
future, huh?
Yes. Well, I was about to quote one of our local officials. What if the community? Anyways, um, I lost my complete train of thought. Yeah, I believe that they're using things like, oh, we're protecting the children as a means to once again sneak in policies under the guise of this very benevolent initiative, but really they're just trying to reduce more of our ability to communicate, our ability to seek information, so on and
Hmm.
so forth. So I think that it's kind of like how when Apple raises the price on products or like Netflix raises the price on streaming, everyone gets mad at
Hmm.
the first people who do it, and then the rest of the industry is kind of just looking on like, okay, let's see how it goes over there. If their prices drop, then we know not to do it. But if the prices don't change, then we can do the same thing over here. And that's what I'm worried about. You know, if there's no rebellion over in the UK to the extent that like the populace turns on
Hmm.
the politicians, what happens on our side of the country what our side of the world where we're already seeing things like bans on certain illicit explicit content or any number of these things. So I do agree. Yes, protect children, et cetera, et cetera. But it's a very slippery slope given how corrupt a lot of our officials are.
I think there should be a age block. So
For what?
social media.
How do you police that?
You can't because age gating is difficult. And I think
Yeah,
at
so it's
that
a,
point it's up to the parents to do the rest.
that's my
But
point.
I
Like,
I think it should still be there. Like, hey, if you're under 16, you're not supposed to be on this, and then parents need to make sure their kids aren't on the thing.
and I'm perfectly fine with that. Like, there's a
Yeah.
ban on social media in my own household, but it's my job as the parent, not the government's job to overreach me as an official.
Mm-hmm. But that VPN stuff's weird. None of that.
Mm.
The VPN stuff. Back to the UK. The VPN stuff is weird. We don't need that.
Yeah. Again, it's just all suppressions of free speech.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in more business news, Quinta Brunson exits Warner Brothers TV and signs a new overall deal with Disney's 20th Century Television.
Yeah. Congrats to her.
Yeah, that's awesome. And conversely, Ryan Coogler's Proximity Media strikes a TV overall deal with Netflix after exiting the Disney Pact.
Congrats to him. So we're
Yeah.
and this is after he did what's it call it executive produced that Wakanda show, which is really good.
Mhm.
Like the limited series or like whatever you call it, like just 4 episodes. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
Quinta with Abbott Elementary, Ari over at ABC, right? I watch it on Hulu, so I actually don't know where it is other than I'm pretty sure it's ABC.
Hmm.
Uh, that's gonna be good. I think that ties into our topic a little bit too. But yeah,
Yeah.
congrats to them. It's always good to see like great creatives
Yeah,
get
I also
into.
love that Ryan Coogler's deal with Warner Brothers and Center is so great for him that it pissed off a lot of the execs over there. Like for
Yeah.
those who don't know, when after 10 years, the rights for Sinners revert entirely back to Ryan Coogler, so he gets all of that,
Mm,
as
yeah.
it should be. The creators should have full control over the things they've made.
That's like the deal that old dirty bastard got for his catalog. After 20 years, he got all the rights back.
I'm gonna struggle with this name, so y'all gonna have to bear with me. Luca Guadagnino. Let's go with that. His nearly finished Sam Altman movie, Artificial. That's the name of the movie. Dropped
Mm,
by Amazon after an open AI partnership. This feels very corrupt.
yeah, but it is what it is. I'm sure someone else will buy it. Like they'll just pick it up. Maybe Netflix will see it sitting there. Like, yeah, let me get that off you
Yeah,
and do big
that's the thing.
numbers.
That's the thing. Like, was it? I don't understand why they would drop it unless it was like the social network where it's a condemnation of his character and things he's done, or if like
Probably
it was just
is.
a. That's what I'm thinking it was. Like, but because if it was just a biography, like who cares? It's just what he's gone through and his rise to success and power and all that stuff.
It wasn't even finished. Also, so it's still not done. It's almost done.
I'd be curious
Man,
to
what did they
watch.
say about it?
I don't know anything about this guy aside from the fact that he's made open AI. So I'm like, what does it take to become that power hungry?
Mm.
Any further thoughts?
Nah, because they don't. I had to go, like scroll through the article again real quick because I read this like last week, almost a week
Hmm.
ago. Uh, One is not finished, but it doesn't say like if there's anything like scathing in the film. Um, so I don't know. I'm sure it. Like I don't think the Social Network made Mark Zuckerberg look great, right? So I'm sure
Hmm.
it's this is the same way. AI is already in a negative light because of how much it costs, uh, the the energy costs, right?
Hmm.
The like slop that we get, right? Uh,
Loss in
just
jobs.
yeah, loss of jobs. It's just there's like it's like a concerted negative PR campaign, which is what they say,
Yeah.
but it's not actually that. It's just not people aren't that stupid, so they can see like
Mhm.
it's not really looking great. So
Yeah.
I think for Amazon to have just done a deal with the company that this film is about, given like the uh, public perception of AI. It just doesn't look good. So
No.
they
love
just
that
got rid of it.
I love that the people are rebelling against AI because they're starting to realize that, oh, this isn't the big thing that it's being made out to be. Like, it's just a bunch of bullshit. And all it's doing is infecting all of our internet content, all of our communications, just all of it. And it's eroding jobs, it's eroding not eroding creativity, but more threatening creativity's profitability.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the bigger issue there. And the more people reject it, the more we can stand on. Because I, I'm hoping that there's more of a push towards of an appreciation towards like organic, actual human content. And I think that's what we're going to see more and more of become successful as opposed to the slop that just gets dumped into our eyes every single day.
Yeah, I hope so. Especially with like people like Kugler who have deals where they get all
Hmm.
their stuff back. Christopher Nolan caring about how things are made, and he's like the president of the Directors Guild. So I'm hoping like we stick to the art of a lot of things.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, agree. All right, and video game news. The global video game industry made a record 201.6 billion in 2025,
And then laying
passing
everybody
the
off.
I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm laughing at your interruption.
Sorry,
Um,
my bad.
Passing the 200 billion mark for the first time. You'll be happy to know that mobile gaming remained the biggest segment with
Yeah,
113.3 billion in revenue. PC gaming grew the fastest, rising 12% to 43.6 billion. Console gaming also increased, reaching 44.7 billion. Even with record sales, the industry continues to struggle with massive layoffs. Most of the growth came from established franchises, live service titles, digital sales, subscriptions, and in-game purchases rather than new releases.
that joint
That is a
crazy.
problem.
It's capitalism, and we're doing
Yeah.
great. Go ahead and pack up your stuff. The company's doing fine. You got to get out of
Better than fine, exceeding
here.
expectations on multiple levels. But
Record
yeah,
breaking
gather all your
year.
stuff in that box.
200 billion. Remember what was it? Nvidia's like maybe like 200 billion on
Some would
AI or
remember.
yeah, and then they made like 49 billion on gaming. And you're like, man, that's not enough. This is stupid. Like,
And nobody got a raise. Everybody just got pizza parties to celebrate.
listen, not even good pizza. Just they went to Domino's and got the 555.
And they cut them into some tiny ass slices. Like like when they had a pizza party at elementary
Yeah,
school.
here you
Like
go.
gotta
Sorry,
cut
nothing,
one pizza into 26 different slices.
nothing against Domino's because again, that 555 was saving my life back in the day.
Bro. Clutch in college.
Yeah, but
Shit, this saves my life sometimes now. When I be having get-togethers, y'all all come over.
exactly. But at a multi-billion-dollar corporation, why we still get Domino's? We just made billions.
Don't get gourmet nothing. Just
Yeah,
that's crazy. But
it's
this
sad.
just tells me that everything we've been seeing, we're gonna see more of it. And I don't think single player games will ever fully die off because there is still very much a market for it. But I do worry about the frequency of them, or
Uh-huh.
if there would be too much of a cash risk in terms of bringing a lot of them to fruition. And eventually, it's always going to come down to like, oh yeah, great story, great team. We could absolutely bring this to life, but how much is it going to cost versus how much are we going to gain? And as a result, a lot of quality just gets dumped to the side. Like, how many studios have we seen shut down as of recent? Not even because there were definitely some instances where
A lot.
they didn't meet various sales expectations, or they didn't get the product out on time. But it's also because the corporations that own them put unreasonable expectations on it. So it's like you have like the Blue Point where they're like, "Hey,
Nah, they had
you
to
know
go,
that."
man.
No, they didn't. They made great remakes, but for whatever reason, Sony was like, actually, I know the reason now. But
Yeah,
Sony came along and said, "Hey, we want a live service God of War. Y'all got to work on that. Figure some shit out, even though that's not really in your wheelhouse." And they couldn't figure some shit out, and as a result, they had to go. So it's like all that
yeah.
creativity, all that quality just lost. And the same thing is happening over at Xbox, even though I do believe some of that is due to bloat because Xbox has been mismanaged for a very long time. So
Lucid's being problematic
I'm gonna move past that because
again.
I would like to keep this podcast for a little while. Um, Bullying works apparently because PlayStation has backtracked on the news that um, PSN accounts will be required to play two-player co-op for a Halo campaign involved, which would
Yeah,
mean you'd have to pay two different subscriptions in order to just play couch co-op, which
yeah.
is
I think,
fucking great.
which I honestly didn't actually believe this one.
Mhm.
It seemed like I think my personal like tinfoil hat theory is that they tried it and then people were like, yeah, there's no way. So then they rolled it back. O'Shaughnessy's
No.
theory is that they just made a mistake when they like did the press release. So it was never
Mhm.
intended that you needed to pay for a separate PSN. What they meant was you just needed to have a PlayStation account, just in general,
Mhm.
but not like a PlayStation Plus account. And they use AI when they made the announcement, and then it's not the wrong thing. That's O'Shaughnessy's theory. Mine, I agree with Lucid. Like I think they 100% they just tried to see if it would work, and then people like said, no, there's no way. Why am I paying to play locally? It doesn't make sense. So
That's all these companies do. And that's why I keep saying, like, people have to realize how powerful their voices are, or just not even their voice, their wallets. Just being able to
yeah,
hold back their dollar away from these egregious practices is enough for these companies to realize they can't fuck with people in this way.
mm-hmm.
But like the worst things we could have been in this moment were just consumers, where it's like, oh, we're annoyed, but we're still gonna buy it. But like, no, like call these people out for their bullshit, and then things will be corrected. And I'm in
Mm-hmm.
agreement with you guys. Like, I want to believe that it was a mistake, but this is PlayStation. This is why Xbox needs to thrive. This is why, which we'll get into our next story. Ideally, Steam would thrive as well because competition, it helps the consumer more than anything. But Valve, unfortunately, has priced their new Steam machine starting at 1,049. That's without a controller. Like,
I was like, that's crazy. I saw the one, I saw four digits and a one star. I said, nope, not for me. Four digits for the decimal? Nah, I don't need that.
for a console, bro. A console that's not even as powerful as a PlayStation 5. That's insane.
Yeah, but they were talking about like I think I saw like some report where they were like, yeah, we're pricing it to like make it's the money. This is what it costs to build, so that's what we're pricing it at. We're not going to charge you for like live service things or like subscriptions to make up the money. I'm like, all right, I don't know if that's the it's not gonna work, man.
If they had priced this at like $500 or $600, they would have taken over the industry. Because even at 600, the discounts you get on Steam
Uh, just rambling froze, y'all.
this. But then
There we go. All
once you,
right,
like you said, once you saw what
so you
happened,
froze. Yeah, you froze for a little second. You might have to say that again.
what did I miss?
The
What did you
discounts
say?
you said the discounts you get. It's silent.
Okay, so pretty much rewinding a little bit, the discounts you get from Steam games with like
Mhm.
summer sales, et cetera, that would more than pay off like a $600 price tag for the actual console. That's fine. I'd be more than cool with it. But then over time, after a while, you feel like you're kind of like gaining money in terms of like how much you're saving on the games. But
Mhm.
this $1,000 is insane. It's like there was a part of me that wondered, okay, maybe it's a situation where consumers are going to complain, but then still go out and buy the same way they do with like iPhones every year. It's the same damn phone every year. But for some
Mhm.
reason, people are content to just drop 1,500 on what? Like a new interface on the home screen? Like, I'm a
Mhm.
Android user, so I don't have to deal with that bullshit. Anyways, like, but $1,000 without a controller is insane. So, like, who is this marketing to? Because like we're already dealing with like economic struggles, and
I don't
it's
know.
not enough to incentivize
It,
the average gamer.
I really don't know who they're trying to sell to. there's a couple stories today that I don't know who this is for. This is
Yeah.
one of those stories because even a PC gamer is not getting this because you can take that money and go build your own PC that's more powerful.
Exactly.
But also, I understand like why. Also because again, this is another AI thing. Like everything
Mhm.
costs more. So they can't afford to make a budget system, right? Because it's just the parts aren't there. So
I
good
get
luck to
that,
them.
but I feel like they're undercutting themselves. And there's a part of me that feels all these ways now. I'm probably gonna feel these ways when the console actually drops, and I'm gonna be pissed when we look online and see that like the Steam, what's it called, the Steam machine sold out.
Mm.
Either because people just needed to get their hands on it, or because scalpers wanted to get their hands on it first and then sell it at an even greater markup,
And I
like
hope
Pokemon.
they lose all their money, just like that dude who bought a gang of shoes, and then the next day, I think Nike released the shoe to the masses, so he couldn't make any money. Hope they lose all their money if they're trying to scalp a Steam machine.
Yeah. Lucid
Yeah,
says that they trying to price out our people, gentrified gaming. I think they trying to price out everybody. 'Cause,
yeah.
like
I really
everybody
don't
broke
know who. I really don't know who this is for. And with no flagship games, like I don't get it.
like it like this is there's a reason why people are playing Roblox. It's not because you can just not just because you can build all the games you want on Roblox. It's because Roblox is free.
Yeah,
If you don't want to pay for microtransactions like Robux and all other stuff. It's just like it is accessible on any console. It's like there are so many people who would probably get a Steam machine if it were cheaper just to play Roblox.
oh well.
Yeah, I'm gonna be curious like a year from when this is released to see what the sales are because we could be wrong in forgetting that people are sheep sometimes and consumers and will just go out and grab it no matter what, just because it's the
Yeah,
new shiny thing. But
yeah. Sorry, Lucy, I gotta concede to you. You're right. It is a PC. I remember arguing y'all down, talking about, man, this is a console. Nah, it's a PC because, like you said, there's no console worth $1,000.
I wanted to believe, but at this point, just go build a PC and connect it to your TV
Yeah,
with an HDMI cord.
literally. And then take another controller from something else, plug it into your PC.
just, just get an Xbox controller, bro.
Exactly, because this doesn't make any sense.
Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney believes that many new multiplayer games are struggling because players don't want to leave the friend groups they have already built in games like Fortnite, Call of Duty, Counter Strike, and Apex Legends. According to Sweeney, only massive hits that appear every few years can convince entire communities to move on to a new game. He says this is one of the main reasons why many recent multiplayer releases have flopped. And to address this, Epic plans to make Unreal Engine 6 more interconnected.
I don't know what are you talking about. Just put out a good game and people will go play it.
I see his point.
I don't know. I think you out of touch.
I think community is one of the most important things you can have right now. That's why
Yes.
a lot of the success and failure of everything from like video games to television to movies depends on how many people can you make feel connected about a thing.
Right, but he said all
So
that in reference Fortnite. All right, man.
Fortnite Fortnite still has a massive consumer base,
It does have a
player
massive
base.
consumer base,
Exactly.
but there's I don't think the fall of gaming is because people don't want to leave their communities. We all jump to the same games. Like so every you'll take your friends, you'll jump to the next game. Just make a better game and then people will jump to the game. The issue is they aren't making good games. They keep making terrible games. So nobody
Correction.
wants to
Our
play.
correction. Our friend group jumps to a new game, plays it for
No,
2 weeks, and then abandons it,
no.
and
Any
then goes
I'm
back
never
to
talking about
Diablo,
y'all.
and then you go back to mobile games.
I'm never talking about y'all when I say any of this stuff. I don't expect y'all to play anything. I'm talking about like you put out a good shout out to homie like Toso, right? He'll play a
Mhm.
game if it's good. So like he'll
Yes.
but like he'll like I remember Marathon came out, he thought about it, right? Because it didn't look good.
Mhm.
He plays like, all right, this is cool, you want to play. No, because it looks terrible to me. All right. But there are like other games that are like that, where like the game is good enough that this entire community that you play with is also going to play the game. So let's say when a bunch of people were playing Destiny, another game came out that they gravitated toward, like that same group. I just think
Mhm.
they need to make better games, and that's it. Or make better multiplayer games. It doesn't exist anymore
Mhm.
because every day it's like a cash grab. There's a bunch of microtransactions, live service. that will once they get rid of it, then you can't play it anymore. Like
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's the
I
art is gone.
I think that leans into his point though, where he says it needs to be like a massive juggernaut in order to get people to like fully commit to it.
Hmm.
Because what will happen is a lot of these new games will come out and they'll be great or trash or whatever, but that initial hype will start really high and then
Hmm.
start to teeter off over time, and then people will retreat back to the games they already know. So it's like,
Hmm.
yeah, you'll definitely drag some people over, but there's a reason why Fortnite and Roblox and Call of Duty and even Overwatch, like these live service games are always having some big event that draws their original communities right back to it. So if the new juggernaut isn't as good as the original or the old the game the old community came from, it's not going to retain that player base.
I
It's like I see where you're coming from. Like you definitely need fantastic games to like draw people to it. But I think there's a hype phase. And if you don't have any consistency after that hype phase, then people are just gonna go right back to skydiving out of planes and shit on Fortnite.
I think he's saying that because it's his games, right, that have been failing, and I think he, he's saying that from a business owner. Well, he doesn't own it, but a business
Actually,
perspective.
no, Epic Games made Fortnite.
What else outside of Fortnite? What else does Epic have that's like a major?
According to this list I just Googled, they have Fall Guys as well.
Oh, Fall Guys kind of fell off.
Yeah, but it was one of those things where it's like the initial hype, it was up here, and then
Yeah,
it fell off over
and
time.
I remember. Matter of fact, me, Panama, and the homie Bunny, we all jumped off of Fortnite and started playing Fall Guys.
Yeah.
Right?
Fall Guys kind of reminded me of Most Extreme Elimination
Yeah,
Challenge, and
this
that's
game is fun, but that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. It's just a great idea.
Mhm.
I think he's talking about like AAA games. So like, Grand Theft Auto will come out, everybody's gonna be on it. Of course, it's Grand Theft Auto. All
Mhm.
right, I think, and like those like Rockstar games only come out every so often. But like a good idea, that's a game like when Among Us came out, right? And everybody was playing Among Us, and then the moment passed, we moved on. Or dag, I don't even know what this game is called. The joint where you gotta like go scavenge things, and then you like go in Speranza.
Mhm.
What's that game called?
I don't know.
Somebody help me, please. We was playing that heavy, and me and Ratcliffe was running around. Uh, Dang, I forget what that game's called. But that was another one like uh, phenomenon, and then very popular, and then it kind of like slowly fell off. Arc Raiders, that's what it was, or it was just a great idea. So
Yeah.
I personally think when he says that he's talking about AAA games, but not like those perfect, just great ideas that are like
Mhm.
interesting games that make people want to go and play them. That make me want to use one of my 2 games per year to go play.
Yeah. But again, you still find yourself with those old faithful games where like you just retreat back to them. Where it's like, for instance, like Lucid still playing Diablo after all these years, and
Mm.
we got other friends in our friend circle who like play other various games where it's like even though time has passed, they just go back to like what's reliable, or because there's like a new big event that entices them. So like I can see, like I see where you're coming from, but I also see where he's coming from, where it's like community is key because people these days want to connect more than ever.
I don't see it because the community still leaves. Like we all leave
They- and then they drift right back.
because it just you just need something good. I personally just
True.
think you need something good. If you get
Oh
No,
something
yeah,
good
talk
enough,
definitely.
this too long. Move on.
Who is time enough? You got a baby to put to sleep soon.
exactly.
All right. Two Final Fantasy 14 players have created Aether Love, one of those two. An official plugin that works like Tinder inside the game. The plugin lets players create profiles, browse others, and swipe to like them. Mutual likes unlocks chatting. It
It's
is not
weird
only for dating. I'm not done. Players can also find friends, raid partners, or roleplay companions. Users can add photos, select interests, and
it's
state what
weird.
they seek. Messages are end-to-end encrypted, and this is the part I was trying to get to before kept trying to interrupt me. Aether Love offers an optional not safe for work mode that reveals adult-oriented profiles and ERP content to those who enable it.
Yeah, it was weird when you started. That's why I don't need to hear the rest.
You had to
The
let me
children
land.
play this. There's
Bro,
children on that game.
yes, I'm fully aware. But once again, this is the adult side of it.
It don't matter. Like
Don't,
they can get on the adult side.
this the kind of shit that needs to be age gated. I think age gating needs to be better. Like instead of just being like, "Oh, are you 18?" Ask questions that children would not know the answers to.
This is Roblox with more steps.
Like name 4 classic UPN shows.
You really love talking about Homeboys in Outer Space. Anytime
Yes,
you
I
can
do.
reference Homeboys in Outer Space, you want to throw that in there.
It was a classic, and I miss it every.
This is weird. They need to go ahead cut that out.
I don't know. I
I,
don't think it's weird. Whatever consenting adults do, I don't give a shit. But if they want to
it's
find community in this way, hey, bro, I feel like this kind of shit is what keeps school shooters out of schools. Let people find love in whatever way they see fit to stop them from becoming violent sociopaths.
nah.
Nah.
Because there's kids over there. All right.
I mean, there's kids all over the internet, and this is how we start finding
They
ourselves.
don't need to be.
I agree, but how do we get them out without infringing on everybody's privacy laws?
Man, make them go
And free
outside
speech?
and drink hose water.
I agree. Get lost for a while. Don't come back to the streetlights. Come on.
Exactly.
Kojima is working on a game called OD, which for me as a New Yorker is hard to reconcile with because it has a much different definition in the place that I grew up in. But in this one, it is a spiritual successor to PT, which was the classic, not really classic, but like the briefly lived game on PlayStation 4 that
Mhm.
I think it. I'm trying to remember. I think it was on PlayStation 4, where it was a first-person horror game where you walked through a house and interacted with like spiritual horror and entities and all that stuff. It was pretty creepy. It came out as a demo. It was supposed to become a full-blown game, but then Kojima got into his bullshit with Konami. Konami they parted ways with him, and then now he's working on his own thing. And this looks to be very much in the vein of that, where it's like you're walking through a house, a stalker that kind of looks like Hunter Schafer is chasing after you.
Yeah,
Something's crawling
I
around on the
saw
roof.
one of them. I saw one of the screenshots. I was like, who's that in the doorway? Oh, never touching that.
That's the thing. Kojima Kojima likes to find actual actors and actresses to play roles. So it's like I wouldn't be
uh,
surprised if it actually was Hunter Schafer.
Probably is Hunter Schafer.
Um, yeah. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. I don't think I'm gonna play it because PT didn't really interest me enough, but it was a
You gon'
massive hit online.
you gonna play it?
No, I mean I played PT and it's like it was interesting, but I felt like the internet hyped it up more than I actually enjoyed it.
You could. Matter of fact, this one Slurm's lady can play it because Kojima put a little something extra in there. So if it gets too scary for you, you can turn that thing on, and then it will allow you to keep playing. But he won't say what it is. It's just very funny
What
to
was
me.
what was that TikTok? Oh, it was like a TikTok or a reel you sent me where it's like dude was playing a horror game and he was like, nope, and then
And
switched it to
then
something else.
hot dog, hot diggity dog, the little Mickey Mouse joint. He's
That's the
like,
feature.
no, that's what it is. If in this Kojima the game, if it gets too scary for you, it's going to cut over to like Miss Rachel to keep you calm, and then you can go back when you're ready.
I just thought of an idea that sounds stupid to begin with, but might actually be lucrative. So I'm going to tell you it
Yes,
after the podcast,
save it.
like we always do. But it could be really cool for horror games.
Yeah,
What else do we have in video games? This is a trailer. This is also a trailer. So yeah, we need to
Oh,
do the video games now.
you talking about that Sadie Sink game?
Yeah, I don't know you posted this, and this is
Because
appearing on Netflix. So I'm gonna let you take it from here.
it's like some Netflix. First of all, Netflix is like really diving into this game like realm, and they got a game with Zoe Kravitz, Sadie Sink, and Troy Baker. It's called Unhinged. Um, but it's like
This
an
is PT
interactive.
as well.
Yeah, basically, it's just an interactive horror game experience. But you
Yeah,
like don't need system. You just play it on Netflix.
I mean, that's cool, but
I just
it's
thought it was
just
funny that they were doing that.
it looks just like PT. Like you're running
Yeah,
around a house during a stormy night and
yeah.
trying to find a way out. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And then the other is just THQ Nordic's gaming showcase is coming August 7th.
Hmm.
So yeah, a couple weeks we'll be able to see what they're putting out.
But all right, and some very exciting TV news. BET is reviving Comic View, hosted by Chris CP Powell, who I know from All Def Digital, who is also hilarious.
I thought you were gonna say from Run the World.
Now I know him from All Def.
So I know from All Def too, but my lady knows him
Yeah,
from Run the World.
gotcha.
That's good though.
This is
Well, we'll see. I love Comic View. Like we grew up on Comic View in the same way we grew
yeah.
up on all Def Jam, Def Comedy Jam. Um, but I don't know, man. Like it's weird. Like a lot of people, I want to see the type of comics they get up there because they start trying to get
Yeah.
like TikTok comics. To me, like they don't write, right? They're not like uh they're not comedians in that sense,
Yeah.
right? They're kind of just funny people
Yeah.
with a following, and it's different than when you are like writing jokes. So I'm interested to see who they get up on there, but I know they're going to need people with a following so they can get people to watch the show.
I think it should be a good mix. Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you have some of the people who have followings that draw eyes to the program. But also, like, I'm excited for this because the cool thing about Comic View and Def Comedy Jam was that it introduced unseen talent to the general public.
Mm-hmm.
So before Comic View, like people didn't really know characters like Earthquake and Lavelle Crawford and et cetera, et cetera. Like I want to see more things like this because in a world that seems utterly dominated by nepo babies getting opportunities, like I want like raw, fresh talent from the streets who've been grinding it out in like dark, seedy comedy clubs for the last 15 years and didn't get
Yeah,
their lucky break. Hopefully, this can be that for them.
yeah, we'll see. This is you ever listen to Escape?
Escape what?
No,
The,
Escape
the,
like the group Escape with
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tiny and Candy. All right, so they got a song called "Just Kick It." Right, so if y'all never heard "Just
Mhm.
Kick It," go listen to "Just Kick It" because there's a part in it that perfectly describes who this Comic View revival is for. And I'm not gonna say it on stream because I can't afford to pay Candy. But yeah,
Gotcha.
strictly for somebody. All right.
All right, on the movie news. Are we making good time? How much time have we? 44 minutes. So
Yeah.
much for the hour. Universal and Imagine Entertainment are developing a sequel to How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey in talks to reprise his role as the Grinch and Ron Howard returning to direct.
Amazing. Cannot wait.
Agreed.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Bill
Hopefully,
Hader is
hopefully,
playing Cat in the Hat, and I forgot it was an animation. It was like 2 episodes ago. Throwing it back out
gotcha.
there. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I hope they find a way for him to wear the suit where he doesn't need CIA and Navy SEALs training him on how to survive torture.
Oh yeah, go watch an interview about Jim Carrey talks about putting on the makeup for the Grinch, but it looks so much better than like CG, and I feel like Jim Carrey is a true artist. Like he really cares about the craft, so he
Yeah.
might go through it again.
Yeah. If they use any sort of CGI, it has to be like of the quality of like Davy Jones and the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Because if they
Yeah,
half-ass this, it's just going to ruin a lot of the wonder. A
yeah.
live-action Sea of Thieves movie is in the works. Destin Daniel Cretton is set to produce.
I hope this Spider-Man movie is fantastic because DDC is getting a lot of work,
Yeah,
and I
I mean
literally
he
can't.
hasn't really
What
missed so far. So
what did he? I can't even remember. Shang Chi, and then what else did he do? He did one other thing
um,
that's like
what
really
was
good.
it? Um, I don't know. I can't remember.
Hold on. Let me just look it
But
up.
yeah, but he's just producing in this one, so it depends
Oh,
on the
he's not
director.
director.
No, no, he's a producer.
Uh, okay. All right. Well, we'll see. Oh, and he did Just Mercy was really good. Also, well, it's pretty good. I enjoyed it. But this is like,
Yeah.
it's just a random pirate movie. Honestly, there's no like, it's no true story to. If you never play Sea of Thieves, you literally just get on a boat with your friends, and go mess with other people, or don't mess
Yeah.
with them. So I hope it's a comedy. That's number one, and then
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see.
All right. Toy Story came in at 160 million domestic this past weekend.
Yeah, ridiculous. Record breaking for that film.
Yeah, in terms of global start, they made 312 million,
Hmm.
which is like the
Good luck.
second best overall for Pixar, behind Inside Out 2.
Yep.
Damn.
Good luck, Supergirl.
Let me just jump into that right now because I it's going to be a little rough. The good thing is that Supergirl's first reactions are there are a few negative opinions, but it's mostly positive in
Mm,
that it's a classic but fun time.
yeah,
Millie Alcock as Supergirl and Jason Momoa as Lobo are the clear standouts. It's a lackluster villain because, like as we predicted, like they're not giving him any sort of flavor or anything interesting. He's just like another Ravager from Guardians of the Galaxy. Um, that's the good news. The bad news is that it's currently tracking for an opening weekend below The Flash and The Marvels, which is not good because those
man.
movies bombed
Yeah,
terribly.
people don't even know it's coming out. That's also an issue. I was talking to some people today. I was like, "Yeah, y'all gonna see Supergirl?" They said, "What?" I was like, "Dad."
Brother, we cover comic book news every week,
I
and I
know.
did not realize this was coming out this week until like late last week.
I don't. Sorry, Joshua Ross. Toy Story may have fallen off, but not monetarily because they that's gonna hit 1 billion. So
Yeah,
yeah,
IP is king.
yeah.
So see what happens. Ice Cube and Nia Long will reunite for Are They Gone Yet? Third installment in the Are We There Yet film series. The film will follow Nick as he faces becoming a grandfather.
I don't know why you're not even gonna watch this. Neither of us
I'm
is
not.
going to watch this.
Who's this for?
It's for
Not me.
him.
Listen, we have a duty to cover black news, and this is black news as well. Even though I was way more excited for Comic View.
Yeah.
Stephen Chow makes his
I'd
return
rather
to the
I'd rather
sport.
watch Medea goes to insert funny comment here.
Oh, I would never.
I would watch either one. I mean, actually, no. Between the two, I would definitely watch Are We There Yet? Part 3 or whatever this is being called.
I turn TV. I'll read a book. No offense, Ice Cube
um,
and Neil
Stephen
Long.
Stephen Chow makes his return to the sport with Kung Fu Soccer.
Yes. Sorry, Steven. So
Yes.
Steven Chow made he made Kung Fu Hustle. He made
Hmm.
Shaolin Soccer, and then that was like 20 years ago or some dumb long time ago. So now the sequel to Soccer is Kung Fu Soccer. I think it's like an all women's team, and it's
Hmm.
finally coming out. And I think this satisfies like some distribution deal he had. Um, so it's like the last film he had to make. So I can't wait. Technology's advanced so much. His films are great. If you've never seen Shaolin Soccer or Kung Fu Hustle, fantastic. So I cannot
Yeah.
wait. Hilarious like kung fu movies.
Yeah. I think he does a very good job of converting the silliness of like some like anime action into live action,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like it's goofy, it's campy, but it's also very honest and it appreciates itself. So it's like I would like to see more films in that same style. I kind of get influences of like Kung Fu Hustle in the upcoming Street Fighter, where it's like the scene where Zangief is doing the backwards pile driver
Mm-hmm.
to Ken. Like that, very much the animation for it, like the way it plays out, the expressions, all of it reminds me of Kung Fu Hustle. So, glad to see he's coming back to the game.
Yeah.
Magic School Bus has been announced as a live action film with
Yep.
Elizabeth Banks as Miss Frizzle. Frizzle. It landed Detective Pikachu's director, whose name I cannot find in
It's
this
fun.
press release.
But
Rob
I
Letterman. That's his name.
I hope that it's like educational. Like I
That,
want
yeah,
to
I would agree. I would agree.
like if we not on a magic school bus to go learn about like dinosaurs, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to be on a
Hmm.
magic school bus. I don't. This movie is clearly for us, for people
Yeah.
who are grown now and grew up watching Magic School Bus. So if you don't give me like, uh, I don't know, what's a good go explain something magical about anatomy to me. Get on that school bus and drive through someone's colon. I don't care. Just I need to be learning.
Yeah, I agree. But if it weren't Elizabeth Banks, I think Kate McKinnon would also be a great Miss Frizzle.
Yeah. I hope Elizabeth Banks can get the voice. I need like the
Yeah,
voice. Yeah.
I wonder how she's gonna play Miss Frizzle because this is one of two lanes. You can either play her as the teacher who is so calm and collected that like she has the same demeanor as a teacher would in a normal classroom, except she's like guiding a bus through a colon. Or you can kind of play her as like a little unhinged, who just like kind of like a Bill Nye esque, where like very much engaged and way too excited to do death defying things with a class full of kids. So, it'll be cool.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna go see this if it gets reviewed well.
He'll be like Jordan Peele in that one skit where he makes fun of um, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh yeah, yeah. The new Tom and Jerry movie is described as a La La Land style rom com. The film follows Tom and Jerry, who are both adopted by a couple. The cat and mouse then launch a campaign to destroy each other and the couple's relationship. This sounds pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't like La La Land at all, so this is not for me.
I didn't see La La Land, wasn't interested enough, but I do like the style of like what I've seen in La La Land trailers, and I think that
Mhm.
applies very well to Tom and Jerry. This is a Clayface test screening spoiler, so I'm
Wait,
gonna
hold on,
move
hold
past
on.
it.
Is the oh yeah, I only shared that. Don't read it. It's a lot,
Yeah,
but sorry, I
I,
shared that just to say that it looks really good. So you
yeah, I'm
won't be
excited.
disappointed
Are you
by
gonna
it.
see it?
I might have to see it. Yeah,
Yes.
I
Okay,
might
we
see it.
definitely have to see that together because I want to watch a horror film with you.
Oh, is you just gonna hear me heavy sigh because I can hear but are they in the Tom and Jerry joint? If they do, is he is or is he ain't? Is you ain't my baby? In the film, I'm gonna have to see it because if that's the La La Land type thing you do, I'm gonna have to be in there for that. Sorry, I
Yeah.
forgot about that. All right, my bad.
Yeah, I have to watch a horror film just to see your reactions to things. Because if I ever hear you, like, if I ever see you look down at your phone and just hear hot dog, hot diggity dog,
Oh no,
I'm, I'll know what kind of time you're on.
no, it's not that. It's literally like this is loud. It's just loud. I don't jump. I just sit there.
Mm. But no, this sounds like a body horror psych thriller that I'm very
Yeah.
excited. We got new Cheetah Girls. Um,
Cheetah girls, cheetah sisters.
I'm still waiting on my reboot of Xenon, but I can settle for this in the meantime. The new
I
Cheetah
don't
Girls
know.
are
Go, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Name them. My bad.
the new Cheetah Girls are Leah Salva Jeffries, Carmen B. Sanchez, Kylene Chang, and Sophie Lennon.
It's not,
So black, white, Asian, Latina.
which is weird because the original Cheetah Girls was just 3LW with with the Raven Simone. Oh no! I mean, it's the same thing. No, with they added the Asian girl in there. The original Cheetah Girls and then the Asian girl. I forgot about the
I'm
white
cool
girl
with
Cheetah Girls, but I
it.
don't know, man. It's weird because like the Raven Simone Cheetah Girls, they can't be beat. So I don't know.
That's one of those things where it's like you can't ever top them, so you have to do your own thing. So I'm willing to give these girls a chance
Good
to
luck.
make their own thing. Don't dare try to top Raven Simone's Cheetah Girls. That's impossible.
Yeah, that's like Raven Simone at her peak, the best we've ever
That,
seen.
that was, yeah, that was like her That's So Raven era, like unstoppable.
This can't be beat. Adrian Ballon, Broken Promises girl. Like, I don't know. Good luck to those girls doing the Cheetah Girls reboot. I'm gonna stick beside
David
them.
Leach's
Embarrassed, but I'm gonna stick beside them.
David Leach's Gears of War movie will follow the origin story of Delta Squad as they begin to wage a war for survival against the Locust. Coming soon to Netflix.
I'll check it out because I don't remember the story from Gears of War clearly because I skipped it all. So it might be good.
I think the original trailer for Gears of War that featured Gary Jules' Mad World is one of like the top 5 trailers for video games of all time. Like before that trailer, I didn't give a shit about Gears of War, but that one trailer sold me on everything. Like it is art. Beautiful and terrifying.
So when they do the Netflix one, they gotta use the same song.
That's how you hook me. I'm not that interested in watching this movie, but if I press play on one of these trailers and I hear those opening piano notes for Mad World, I'm hooked.
I feel like if they do that, then you know that whoever worked on this is like a fan of the game. Like they actually
Yeah.
played the game, and like they want to give you that feeling back. So we'll see.
It's kind of like the trailer for the new Crazy Taxi when it's got "All I Want" by Offspring. That song is necessary for that kind of nostalgia. Masters of the Universe is set for a sequel despite its terrible box office.
Doesn't make any sense.
I know.
I don't know how you bomb and hey, let's do it again. What?
Maybe it's one of those movies that Jeff Bezos loves, and he just keeps throwing money at it.
It's like the rings of power.
Yeah.
It's like here.
Hollywood
Wait.
agencies are scouring Reddit for short stories and ideas that could be turned into movies following the success of Backrooms.
Yeah, it's not gonna work out for y'all.
I think there's one they could do, but it couldn't. It can't be a movie. It has to be a TV series. If they do the SCP Foundation,
Don't tell them.
I mean, it's one of the most popular online stories. I'm pretty sure they already know. But yeah, if they turn that into like a TV series with like kind of like the X Files, where every episode they're dealing with like a new monster, that would be a fantastic pull.
Not while Coogler's working on his X Files. I'm not watching it. I'm only watching Coogler's.
I'm perfectly fine watching both of them because I know Coogler's going to succeed. Like he ain't worried about competition. He like Jalen Brunson.
All right, Knicks fan.
Yeah.
You gonna make sure
Robert Downey
Boys
Jr.
in Outer Space and the Knicks reference in every episode going forward.
You're right, and I'm complaining about Doomsday, just like in this news article. Robert Downey Jr. says Avengers Doomsday figured out how to make Marvel movies, quote, not be a letdown after Infinity War and Endgame.
All right, I don't believe it.
My point.
Yeah, I don't believe you, Robert. I'm sorry.
It's just lip service. They have to say this before every movie comes
Yeah,
out.
I don't believe you, man. I'll see it though, but I don't believe you.
Yeah, it's like when they said like The Flash got a 14-minute standing ovation at one of the focus group testings. Like, shut up.
Yeah, it's because they wouldn't let them
Stephen King come.
They stood up to go, and they said, "Nah."
You got Stephen King coming out and co-signing. This is the best superhero movie ever. Shit was trash.
Yeah.
Moving on to trailers. Bane is set to break the bat in Batman Nightfall Part 1. Nightfall. What?
Yeah, so it's like it's a Batman animated movie based on the that comic run. So it's going to be a 3-part
Yeah.
film.
Yeah, the title threw me off because it says Batman Nightfall Part 1 Nightfall. Okay.
So it's probably Nightfall or something and then something else. But
Yeah.
it looks good. DC animation
It
usually
does.
is fantastic, so I'm excited for
Yeah.
that. I might have to rent it.
And yeah, what's the name? This is going to feature, if it follows the comics, it's going to feature, I haven't seen the trailer. It's going to feature Asriel, John Paul Valley. So that's a dope ass character. The last time I think we saw him in general media was Batman Arkham City. I think it was either Arkham Knight or Arkham City. I don't know. But yeah, he's a dope character, very religious. Some incarnations of him have him possessed by an angel or believing that he's possessed by an angel, so you question his sanity. I'll check this out as well. Even though I'm a little Batman out. Meet Clara, your new best artificial friend. Jenna Ortega is Clara in director Taika Waititi's adaptation of Kazuo Ishiguro's Clara and the Sun, coming exclusively to theaters October 23rd.
It looked interesting, so I might check it out.
Yeah. I do like the art style and everything. And even though Taika Waititi did fuck up Thor, like whenever he does his own projects, they're
Jojo
fine.
Rabbit is fantastic. So
Yeah.
every time I see his name, I think of Jojo Rabbit. I actually don't think of Thor. So
I think of Thor and I think of What We Do in the Shadows because that's also hilarious.
What We Do in Shadows is fantastic.
Tom Cruise is starring in Digger by is this the one by Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu, whatever his name is?
Yeah.
what's the plot to this? I think it's like the richest man in the world has to save the world from something he did.
Something like that. Yeah, dark comedy.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go see it. Comes out October 2nd.
It looks cool. I mostly want to see Tom Cruise in a role like this. That's a little weird.
Sorry, hold on. Smooth is Digger. Digger. He's starring in Digger.
I thought we were about to have a Tropic Thunder situation. Blumhouse has announced the Blair Witch Project. Is this a sequel or a reboot?
Is that what it was? Was it Blair Witch?
Yeah.
So,
You just
no,
posted
no,
it. You didn't
no.
know?
It didn't say. It just. I thought it was Slender Man.
No,
I
this is
couldn't
definitely
tell.
Blair Witch Project.
I couldn't tell. It didn't say. It was just a date. So next
Yeah, this is
year, September next year, there's a Blair Witch. I guess it's a sequel. I'm assuming it's a sequel. It's shot on iPhone, Joshua. But yeah, so September, was it September 24th?
September 24th, 2027.
My memory is ridiculous. So yes.
Quite impressive.
Yeah. But when I saw it,
I would have said eventually.
I couldn't tell. I literally couldn't tell. And I was trying to look through the comments like, yo, what is this? They didn't say what it was. And I was like, I see the forest. Is it Blair Witch? But I also saw like a little thing hanging. I was like, that looks like Slender Man. So which one is it? All right, but yeah, so next year.
All right, we got a trailer for Ryan Watson's Paper Maid starring Timac, Walter E. Jones, and Michael Jai White and Miles Truitt. Coming soon.
This is sorry, he just named a bunch of people. I have no idea who they are. This Timac is the Last Dragon. Walter is the Black Power Ranger, right? So this is that black karate movie. I'm gonna stick beside him. Embarrassed, but because that trailer did really great. Michael Jai White in it. I'm gonna stick beside him.
We got a trailer from the directors of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish,
right.
Forgotten Island, which is only only in theater September 25th.
Yeah, this one I was confused. So it's an animated movie, but like the characters are going to college. It's like, who is this for? Who are you making this for, DreamWorks?
I think this might be for us.
Why? Like, we well out of college, so
No, but from what I can tell, the story is about growing up and losing
Yeah.
contact with friends, and it's like we as adults can understand that more than anybody.
yeah. But
And it's like Puss in Boots, by the way, is a phenomenal film. If you haven't
I
seen
know.
Puss in Boots: The Last Wish,
No, yeah, I know.
go do it. But that was it was. You would think it's a kids movie because it has stars Puss in Boots, but it dealt heavily with the concept of death.
Yeah, but I think it's easier to market like Puss in Boots as an existing IP came from Shrek. This is like brand new.
Yeah.
I hope it's good. It looks good, like it looks cool. I just like, man, who's this for?
I think it's us.
No, see,
And if that's the
we'll
case,
see.
I like that they're making animated content for adults. Like I don't think it's gonna be like rated R or anything like that, but it's more the story is something we can relate to more as adults, but also young children can look up and realize, oh,
Okay.
if you don't nurture your friendships as you get older, they just fall apart and drift away. So, I'm like I said, I love Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I'm definitely gonna check this out.
Okay.
And we got a trailer for Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
Which,
I don't know what's happening. Like I don't know what
Yeah.
this movie is about, except from Spider-Man having strange new powers where he can ejaculate organically as opposed to using web shooters. I'm still like, there's a part of me that's still kind of skeptical that this is actually pause for spoilers, but no one really knows the truth anyway. So it's like broad speculation that is kind of heavily alluded to. But I feel like we might get a Mephisto with this whole Jean Grey situation.
we'll see. I'm not even at this point. I'm just gonna go see it next month. Uh, I'll be in there.
I think it's gonna be a banger.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. I have no idea what's about to happen, which is good. I
Yeah.
appreciate
Which I do appreciate.
yeah, like we've seen several, well, 2 trailers now, and we can't tell what's going on. Like we
Which
saw the
is
first
a-
trailer, we thought we knew what was going on. See another one, was like, all right, never mind. I actually don't know.
which is pretty impressive for Sony because Sony has
Yeah,
a track record of spoiling the fuck out of movies.
yeah. So we'll see.
All right, and then our last thing before we get into our main topic, we have a few obituaries.
Oh wait, hold on.
Davy
Don't wait,
Chase.
wait. No, don't forget the anime, man. Don't forget the
Oh
anime.
shit, you're right. I
Here,
completely
no,
bypassed that.
it's fine. I'll run through them because so Netflix is one. Netflix putting out a lot of anime coming out soon, and they just look good. I'm just gonna run through them because uh, I don't know. Tell you that I just don't know what they are. Like they're not based on mangas. Uh, so one of them is Chainsmoker Cat, which like looks funny. I'm not gonna lie, like so it looked good. Another one is uh what is this one? Full Night. Uh that looks good. He can like hear the voice of plants. I don't know what's going on, but the animation looks great. Uh there's another one called Sparks of Tomorrow that looks really good, and then there's the Ribbon Hero that also looks good. All of this is on Netflix, and then uh, Blue Eye Samurai. We got a first look at Blue Eye Samurai season 2, which should be later this year. And then also we got a trailer for One Piece Heroines, which comes out next month, July 5th. That's like based on the light novel. And then we said last week that Hunter x Hunter was coming back this week or Sunday, but it's actually this coming Sunday. So June 29th, we'll get a new chapter of Hunter x Hunter. So very excited for that. There's no Tubi news, Josh Ross. I'm sorry. Outside of like, Kevin on Stage's shows on there, they like chilling right now. They don't got the anime yet. They'll get it though. They'll get it soon. All right, sorry.
Anime brought to you by World Star. So in some sad obituaries news, Davy Chase has sadly passed away at the age of 35. She was the voice of Lilo in Lilo and Stitch, and Chihiro in the English dub of Spirited Away.
Yeah, it's very sad. I think she had like a addiction issues or something like that.
Yeah,
And she
that's
died like
tragic.
she had like meningitis or something like curable.
Mm,
So it is very sad to go out like that.
yeah, condolences to the family.
Yeah.
And Memphis producer Tay Keith has died at the age of 29.
And from what I can tell, there's no foul play. I don't even think he was on drugs. I think it was like high blood pressure, like hypertension, something like that.
Bruh.
Well, at least the last thing I read, it was like they did a wellness check and he had like high blood pressure, and
Mhm.
like his girlfriend was talking about it. So yeah, sad.
Yeah, so young too. Very talented as well.
Yeah.
All right. With all that said, Fu has presented us with another riveting topic to discuss. Fu, would you like to present it? Is Fu there?
Listen, man, he's trying to get that girl in bed, man.
Oh man, it's okay. I'm gonna try to revisit the topic he presented to us in the group chat.
All right, you got it. Or will you do
You can do it because I'll be scrolling
it?
forever.
All right. So our main topic is just the fall of the theater. Um, I think Food's posited a lot of things, and we're trying to see our theaters falling off, or are we seeing a resurgence? Um, I
Hold on,
personally,
can I just quote?
oh my bad.
I found what he said. Can I quote
Oh,
him
okay, yeah,
directly?
go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, so he said, and I quote, "Can we talk about movie audiences? We touched a little on animation last time, but maybe we could talk about the post-COVID world generally. What changed in terms of popularity, behavior for streaming preference, etc.
Mm.
Is the end of theaters nigh, or is the trend of creating an experience necessary for survival?"
It's a lot more eloquent than
Take
the
it
way
from
I
there.
said it.
Bruh.
Is it falling off or nah? Um, so I personally, I'm like, uh, how do I say it? It's not that I'm 50-50 on it. I think it's like a nuanced thing. I think there are
Mhm.
certain directors specifically um, allow theaters to thrive. So like, let's say in the post-COVID era, right? We got like phenomenons like Barbenheimer. Um, I think the Odyssey again is another going to be another phenomenon. We got like uh, Sinners, Ryan Coogler doing very well at the box office. Uh, of course, like although Pixar's kind of been failing, um, non or sorry, like Illumination has been doing very well at the box office. So I think there's a place, or I think there's a place for film and for people to care about film when it's like someone specific directing the film. I don't think we go to films uh for like specific actors anymore, right? Like it used to be like Brad Pitt was a draw, right? So now we all want to go see that new Brad Pitt movie. But now, well, not Brad Pitt, but like movie stars are also on television, right? So we don't need to go to the theater to see these things. But if I want to see the latest like Ryan Coogler or Steven Spielberg, which I think Disclosure Day is doing pretty well, also, or I want to see like the latest uh, Anton Anton Fuqua or however you say his name, because I be saying it wrong all the time. Right, you'll go to theater for that. Um, but on the flip side, I think like I think streaming is getting very very good. I think they're putting a lot of great content there. Although there are things that are like just bombing. Like there's a show with like what's her name? What's a Daenerys Targaryen? What's her real name?
Uh, oh shit! I almost said Khaleesi. What is her actual actress's name?
Yeah, I forgot her name.
Amelia.
Something like that. It is
Um,
that. I just
I,
forgot
I,
the rest of her name.
yeah, I forget. Amelia
Thank you,
Clark. There
Smooth.
we go.
Yeah, thank you, Smooth Farley though. Right, so she was in a show on Peacock. I think it's on Peacock. Well, it's not anymore. It got canceled after one season. Right, but then you turn around like you got things like The Bear, right, or like all the stuff that Netflix has been adding. It's really really good. Um, I'm trying to think of another. Cause I've just been watching Reacher and Jack Ryan for some reason. I just like watch all that stuff. Um, but I think we're getting a lot of great content on streaming, and then people don't have to leave their houses. All right, so yeah, you don't want to leave your house. There's a lot of good things to watch. Um, it's like a, and I think there was an article I was reading where it turns out like TV shows cost as much as movies now. So they put the same amount of money into it. So you're getting movie quality from the comfort of your home. You just watch a show, and then the way we watch things now, uh, people like to just sit and binge things, or they
Mhm.
can watch part of it, stop, go about their day, finish the rest. You don't have to be beholden to a 2.5 hour period for a full movie. So I think there's a place where movies continue to thrive and audiences want to be in the theater, but I think that place is only when with certain directors and then
Mhm.
like kid movies because everybody got kids.
No.
Well, I don't got a lot of people got kids, so they're gonna want to be there.
um, to piggyback off your point, I would agree. I think movies these days exist in two different tiers. Where on one tier you have the Christopher Nolans, the Ryan Coogler's, like all the big name directors who, the moment they put something in theaters, everybody immediately congregates. They want to see it, they need to see it, and it's almost a guaranteed success at the box office. The lower tier, not due to quality, but due to lack of name recognition, are the films that don't have the big IP connected to it, that don't have the big names or the directors, that require a greater level of experience making in order to thrive. And we've been talking about it for I don't know how many episodes, where like it needs to feel like an event. And I think that event needs to exist in three different forms. One being community. You got to make people want to come together. And I think that anything that exists today in entertainment needs to have that community aspect because people are craving it. And if you give people a way to come together, you will then incentivize them to go and spend money. The secondary aspect, which kind of ties into the first, is FOMO. You have to have a certain fear of missing out on this event.
Mm,
Where back in the day, we had what was called the water cooler, where like everyone would watch a show on like Sunday night, Monday night, Wednesday night, etc. And then the next day they would have something to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And that leads into my third point, which is discourse. We exist due to social media in a discourse economy. If you give people something to talk about, that not only spreads word of mouth for your film, but it incentivizes others to be like, oh, now I have something to either connect to with other people, make my own content based on, which is what we do every Tuesday, or
Mm-hmm.
just don't want to be the person in the middle of a conversation when like the homies are talking or the strangers are talking about, oh, this new show, this new movie, this et cetera, and then not have anything to contribute to that conversation. So if you can master those three things, then ultimately you will have a success in a film that people naturally would not have gravitated to because it didn't have the big name or the big IP attached. And I understand why they do that because times are hard. The economy is screwing over all of us regular people. So in order to get people to come out, you need a bigger incentive than, oh, this is just going to be a good movie. It's sad to say it, but good movies don't cut it anymore in terms of box office draw. We saw that, I think it was last year when there was that one weekend when they dropped like four films in a single weekend that didn't have any big IPs connected
Oh,
to it,
and
any
those
major
movies were
directors.
fire. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, and like they were all like rated 90% and above on Rotten Tomatoes, and they all bombed.
I think that was the what, like the black bag one, like the spy thriller. I think I went and saw all of them.
Yeah.
And it was like these are
And then they had the
it was
one
so
that
good.
starred Huey from The Boys, like a lot of really
Yeah.
high quality films all in one weekend, and nobody saw any of them. And I get it. Like I hate to say it, but I understand when like just this week we bought tickets for a brand new day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me and you are fortunate enough that like purchasing tickets for films these days aren't really going to break our bank, but it was still insane to
Oh
buy
no.
a few tickets, a few tickets, and the total price came to like $68.
Speak for yourself. I had to use my free pass for that ticket. That's the only reason I'm going because I had
but
built up enough points. It's too expensive.
but that is crazy. Just to get a few tickets, it
Mhm.
should cost $68. That's mind you,
Yeah.
that's without gas fees to get to the damn theater. That's without concessions. If you bring kids, you're gonna need a lot of goddamn concessions. Like it's just that is like it's hard.
Yeah.
So it's like as much as we want to rail against and be frustrated that like these pieces of art aren't being acknowledged on the big screen where they deserve, people are struggling. And you need to give them a reason. And I think that when you make this feel like an event, when you make it feel like, oh, this is the big thing that we all need to be part of because it'll bring us together or give me something to talk about or make me forget about the world for a night. Like we saw that with like Obsession. Obsession was like the big thing this year where, it was made for $750,000. And had it not gained the traction that it did on social media, I think it would have been one of those films that bombed at the box. Not really bombed because it's really hard to bomb when your budget is only 750K. But it would have been one of those films that like
Mhm.
didn't have that many eyes on it in the theater and would have had this massive life on streaming after the fact because streaming is quote unquote free compared to
Yeah.
a big night out at the theater.
It was. This is where I don't agree with you because
I'm here.
we'll let you get your point, Fu. But I think horror movies are like an exception to that rule you're talking about
Hmm.
because if you make a good horror movie, it's going to do well. And I think look
Not
at
guaranteed.
which good horror movie did not do well in the box office.
I mean, there are a lot that we don't even hear about because they don't have that word of mouth pull that a lot of the ones that we do hear about do.
I, I don't know if I can agree with you there because I can't think of one. We like all we do is talk about films, right? And like we've
Hmm.
talked about Backrooms, Obsession. There's like that Long Legs, which wasn't really a horror movie, but it did well. There's another one that's about spiders because Long Legs not about spiders. Like there's like a list. It just goes on of just things that Neon has put out. Uh, I think Blumhouse also probably put out just doing well. Even Five Nights at Freddy's, although it's an IP like a little kiddie horror, it still did well. I can't think of a single uh, horror specifically that hasn't done well at the theaters. That wasn't sorry a horror that was good that didn't do well at the theaters. Because I do know that it was like one. What was that lady in the yard? It's like a black lady in a veil sitting in a chair in a yard. and that movie's terrible, and it did not do well.
I thought you said Black Lady. When you say Black Lady in the Yard, I thought you were talking about that movie. What was it? Olivia Spencer? Was it Mama?
Oh no, I wasn't even talking about mom. It's another one where she just sitting there, and the
Yeah.
gym homie saw it. He
So
said, "This is the worst thing he's ever seen in his life." He was mad. He was mad at me. I didn't tell you
yeah,
to see
but
it.
28 years later, it was considered a bomb.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, because it had a production budget of 63 million, and it only grossed 58.5 million.
All right, well then that's the one.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It's like it was. Oh, this is another one that had an incredible trailer. Like I recommend anybody go back and watch the. I think it was the first trailer that was released for it. It was incredible, but I it didn't have that big pull after. Like it didn't have that social media frenzy where it's like everyone's talking about it or everyone wants to be part
Oh,
of it.
so you also talking about the Bone Temple because there was two of them. Bone Temple also didn't do
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
so neither did well. Actually,
yeah. So,
that's crazy.
but yeah, these days you need to have that social media pull, and it has to be organic. Like people can tell the difference between like an
Mm-hmm.
organic social media push and then when you obviously paid influencers to push the content for you. And if
Mm-hmm.
it's not organic, it pushes people away even further because it's like it feels disingenuous now. But
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the big original films that we've seen blow up have typically come from, oh my God, you guys, I just came out of the theater. You guys have to go watch this. It's so awesome. It's so this, it's so that. And it just keeps that discourse advertisement churning.
Yeah.
All right, food. You've only
Go
got
ahead, Fu.
15 minutes. Go.
I mean, you guys hit it pretty much on the nail. I don't think I have anything really much to add, except I see a world where theaters are disappearing. Like they'll be gone in the next 20, 30 years. People will consume entertainment as Gen Alpha, and these new generations come up more and more that are the spenders.
Mhm.
You're not going to see these classic theaters the way they are. They're going to go to the wayside of the, what's it called? The drive-ins.
Yeah, I can see that happen too. But I would hope that
Mm.
in the same way that we still have drive-ins, like there are some films like you I couldn't imagine not going to a theater to see, right? And maybe the money will no longer be there for it. Like let's say Christopher Nolan couldn't get a budget anymore to do like his next big film. I wouldn't want to see a Christopher Nolan film outside of theaters. Besides Tenet, because I had to, because it wasn't in theaters. But I can see it happening. I hope it doesn't, because again, this is like an art form. It's like don't. It's like getting rid of vinyl, right? If you listen to music on vinyl, it has a different sound than like listening like digital. So it like matters for like purists, and I feel like I'm a purist for certain films. So I hope it doesn't turn out that
Mhm.
way.
Uh, I think that theaters do have a chance, but it's too directly tied to the economy. There's so many things that are happening in the world today. It's like, why are Gen Z people not having relationships, or why are movie theaters dying? Why is this happening? And it's all because of the economy. It's because people can't afford to do these things in third spaces or afford to have fun nights out because it's just
Mm-hmm.
too damn expensive. So it's easier to just be in the house for free, make pop some popcorn in your microwave, and then it's isolated, yeah, but it's also not breaking the bank. And more in entertainment, it's becoming a very niche product or a luxury, which is crazy to imagine. The theater was that place where like the common folk could gather, where it's like it was very cheap. There were some theaters that would have movies showing for a nickel, maybe a quarter or whatever. And it was just a very simple night out to go enjoy. I'm talking back when theaters first came
All
out, even
right.
though a nickel was probably like $5 back in that era. But like even when we were kids, like how much did it cost to go to the movie theaters? Like what, $5, $7? Like it wasn't this bad.
We wasn't paying to go to movie theaters. I was 4 years old for 8 years.
I'm talking about when we became teenagers.
Oh
I couldn't
man,
pull that off my long, lanky ass.
we was
But
going to matinees. Matinee was always cheaper. You open the paper, go see what time something
mhm.
playing. I miss that.
I will say though, I used to see 3 movies at a time. I would pay for one and
All right,
then
they gonna come.
mosey on to the middle of another.
They gonna come get you.
I'm pretty sure the statute of limitations has run out. But
Mm.
yeah, it's just if they don't find something to do about these prices, then yeah, I do see a situation where the theaters do eventually die out. And it's not because of lack of quality. It's just because people can't afford the shit.
And pretty soon we won't be able to forward stream it either. So we'll see how that all goes. All right.
Yeah, but I did have a thought, but I think my old man brain got the best of me. So let's
It's
just.
okay.
What are you watching?
So on streaming, of course, I'm watching. I've been watching Reacher. It's okay. I just really enjoy like these like cop shows, right? Reacher's a
Hmm.
military police, so finished. I watched Jack Ryan. I also enjoyed it. It's not that great, but again, CIA show. Spider Noir. Watching that. Watching Vox Machina. I think the last 3 episodes of this season should come out tomorrow or like tonight at 9 or now.
Hmm.
And then Supergirl comes out in theaters Thursday. So definitely seeing Supergirl this weekend. Uh, she needs our support, y'all. I'm embarrassed, but I'm gonna stick beside her. So I'm gonna go see. I've said that so many times this episode. Definitely gonna see
Yeah.
Supergirl. Um, I think that's it for me. There's something else that I need to watch. House of Dragon. House of Dragon is out now. Also, so I need to go back and watch that new season.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Cool. I am dreading the release of Man of Tomorrow after seeing what's happening with Supergirl. I think there is a doomsday scenario where Man of Tomorrow actually bombs.
That's why we got to stick beside her.
No, because it's like, remember we were talking last week about how IP recognition is one of the most important things. Like
Yeah.
with with our mutual gym homie, and this is the last point I'll make before I actually answer the question of what I'm watching. Our mutual gym homie who didn't know what Masters of the Universe was, but knew what He-Man was. I think because Man of Tomorrow is titled Man of Tomorrow instead of Superman 2, there are going to be a lot of people who don't recognize that's a Superman sequel.
Yeah, you got a good point. Although He Man, I don't know why they did that. It's actually
Yeah,
weird.
it's stupid.
Yeah, it's weird.
And yeah, we can talk about that next week because
Yeah,
we'll see Supergirl over the weekend.
yeah.
I'm not watching anything except the World Cup, and then when I'm not watching the World Cup, I'm playing my honor mode run of Baldur's Gate 3, which I should be done with soon because I'm in Act 3. So
Okay. And then
that's about it.
Fush Money. What you watching, man?
Bleach Core 4.
Oh yeah, I
And
forgot
then
about that.
X-Men 97 Season 2 comes out July 1st. I know it's a little early, but, catch it.
Oh
All
yeah.
right. Guess we're watching X Men '97. Oh, so and yeah,
Yeah.
so for those that like Thousand Year Blood War arc of Bleach, that is out now also, or it's weekly, but yeah, it's coming out. All right. Well, until next time, y'all. We'll be back. Follow us on wherever. Listen to us on Twitch, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all these places. And until next time, y'all. Peace.
You on Apple Podcast?
Yeah, it's the podcast everywhere, man. It's literally everywhere.
Everywhere but social media.
Yeah, everywhere social media, YouTube's everywhere. All right.
All right.